Hi family, how you guys doing today? Good, I hope. Welcome to Phie.Love Intuitive Conversations. I hope that you're having a good and sunny day like I am, although it is a little cloudy out here, but I ain't complaining. So if you like my content, you know the drill. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing, okay? And if you have any negativity or any hate, keep it on your side of the street, okay? It will not be acknowledged. Cool. So what are we talking about today? Today I've been guided to, sorry, Remy is in the background over there doing whatever he's doing, making a freaking noise as usual. Today I've been guided to it seems like a pretty pressing topic because Spirit is like, this is what you gotta get out there, okay? So let's do it. I've been guided to talk about have you got the courage to recognize, excuse me, Remy, sorry about that. Have you got the courage, have you ever taken a step back, you know, with our egos and us always worrying about what people think of us, and in certain situations as well, when there's always somehow, you know, gender ascribed to something, like, you know, a man needs to go through this and a woman, you know, deals with this, and, you know, we don't even realize that sometimes all of those notions and all of those things that we as humans are made to ascribe to are also really, you know, big forms of oppression, and they get solidified by the people and the expectations around us. So and in most cases those things make us feel and believe that we don't have our own free will or our own ability to change a situation or the way something could possibly be going in our lives that is bringing us a lot of heartache, hardship, you know, stress, and might just be benefiting somebody else, but for that other person to benefit because you are, you know, living according to what you've been told is expected out of you, as my example said, as a man or as a woman, or because you're in a relationship and this is how it's supposed to go, or because, you know, this is your mother or this is your father or this is your sibling. I mean, in the end, we all came here one way through a vessel, and we all also came here to have a pleasant and, you know, comfortable and experience during this time on our earth. You know, we didn't come here to be oppressed. We didn't come here to, you know, live in misery at the expense of someone else. I don't care what label you decide to give them, you know. So if you were to, like I always say, take a step back, take a step back, they're barking at the wall, and drop all the things that make you judge yourself or make you think that the world is judging you, and treat yourself kindly, speak to yourself kindly, view yourself with non-judgmental eyes, okay? It's just you. And ask yourself, where am I actually being oppressed in my life? Is my partner oppressing me because of money? Is my partner oppressing me because of what they think as a man or a woman I'm supposed to be doing? You know, am I somebody who tends to give in to the energy of dominance in a negative way for myself, that causes me to give in to things that, you know what, I probably shouldn't be giving into, but actually showing up for myself and standing up for myself and saying, no, I don't like this. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't share the same view as you. And you know what? In that moment, when you do that, you've shown up for yourself in 5 seconds, in a moment that passes by, and after it passes by, the person you've stood up to is then on their merry way to have to, find a way to depend on themselves and figure something out for themselves. And you know what? In the end, be better for it. Be more established within themselves and in their lives for it. Sometimes, we find too much nobility in taking other people's lessons away, not realizing that we're allowing the outside world to oppress us in things where our life could and should actually be easy flowing, and we should be able to experience, feel, and enjoy the fruits of our own labor and distribute and share as we feel fit, not because we've been told it's expected out of us, for someone else's benefit, someone else's comfort, someone else's insurance on some way, shape, or form. We all come to this earth with the same opportunities, with the same 24 hours every single day, with a brain and a mind that is capable of choosing, making choices, with an internal build to be able to endure and maybe have to sacrifice here and there a little bit to gain something else that we want. But you know what? Every individual has their own lessons and has come here with their own sort of script of what it is they need to, on a soul level, work out. And everyone is blessed with what they need, their own capabilities and abilities to get through this journey of life. It is only what we choose to mentally allow ourselves and energetically allow ourselves to be oppressed by, be it through a mindset, an old way of thinking, through society's expectations that we decide to accept and put on ourselves, things that we take on from our families, and maybe courage that we choose or decide that we don't have to move in a different direction, and maybe just endure for a week or two the outside world being a little disappointed in what we've decided for our own betterment and for our own freedom and for our own easy flow and clearness. What do I want to say? Spirit, what am I saying? Clearness? Clearness doesn't sound right. For our own clarity in direction of where we for ourselves are going. Of course, I'm not saying do not put your kids to the wayside. No, your kids need you, okay? But that doesn't mean that it has to or maybe be at the expense of oppression or of you being miserable or you oppressing the fact or suppressing it, to yourself first and then to the world that you're not happy where the fuck you are in your life. And that's because of external factors that you actually have the power to change, to move away from. We're supposed to learn and grow and evolve in this world. Okay? It is the system that we've been groomed by, that our parents have been groomed by, the system that has normalized so many things to keep us stuck, to keep us attached to things, to people, through contracts, through certain things that are taught to us and normalized through the, in the church. Stuff that goes way, way, way back. We maybe just need to be willing to, acquire a higher perspective and be willing to apply ourselves and our own lives to that and see if we would be willing to make certain adjustments at the expense of maybe someone on the outside being upset with us for a little while, And if they choose to break away and throw a tantrum in their own little way or whatever it is, then maybe you can reevaluate whether they have and deserve a place in your life. Making a decision takes courage the first few times if you've been in a space of not having the courage to do so for such a long time, or if you've been in a space of just being comfortable moving with the crowd and what everyone around you says. But once you've practiced a few times standing up for yourself and making a decision, it's simply saying, you know what, peace, I'm out, okay, sort yourself out. Or saying, you know what, I am not happy, and the only way I'm going to be happy is if I exercise one of these options that I've actually worked out for myself are available to me to make a change in my situation. I'm not saying go and act off of impulse, no, okay? Watch your thoughts. What I am saying is that if you feel like you're stuck in a rut, sit your ass down, decide what you want, decide what would no longer make you feel like you're oppressed, decide what would no longer have you in a space of feeling unhappy, decide what you actually want, what you're yearning for, okay? That thing that somehow disappears the moment certain people or energies come into your space because they overpower you with their energy of expectation that you don't even realize you're taking on, but just giving into because we don't have any personal proper boundaries, because we don't know our own personal, like I said in one of my other videos. If you don't understand your own personal space, your own personal boundaries and what you stand for, you will fall for anything, physically, verbally, and energetically. So let's make standing up for ourselves and not taking shit from anyone on the outside, being oppressed in any way, shape, or form, being made to do things, being expected to do things by people who, you know what, if they took the time to educate or to research or to step outside of themselves and figure out how to work it out for themselves and their own journeys and their own ways and their own paths in their own lives, are very capable. And then we could start having relationships where we actually share our experience together and don't exist in each other's lives because of what I can benefit and what you should, what you should be giving to me, and what my role in your life means that it is expected out of you to cater to me and fulfill to me in this way, shape, or form. No, we all make our decisions to get into situations, and if we make a decision to get into a situation with somebody, you know what, best believe that as a grown adult, individual person, you should be in a position to know that you're going to be able to back it up on your own and not expect somebody else on the outside to back it up for you. And if that's something that's only being realized now, then yeah, have the conversation with yourself. Have the conversation with the next person to start figuring their shit out. Because maybe you've opened your eyes and you've gotten a spark within yourself now to actually want to just make sure that you're good. I know people out there might get angry with me for what I'm about to say and say, you know what, it's not always so black and white. Yeah, it's not so black and white when you choose to throw in all the expectations and, you know, the things that you've decided to take responsibility for in life that make you feel like you're worth something because you have those responsibilities on you. But in the end, do those responsibilities make your life harder, or do they just give you in your head and somehow in your perception of your world a level of status and ego and nobility that you believe the outside world gives you or perceives you as, when really maybe they're just benefiting off of you, and a sacrifice of blowing your ego up and making you feel noble for taking some bullshit on that keeps them afloat is a small price to pay for the comfort that the next person on the outside is living through. I'm not saying this is the case in every single relationship. Goodness, no, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that the system programs dependency and normalizes that in so many ways that it exists around us, all over us. It's literally interwoven into things that we don't even realize, without us even paying attention to the way the shit is making us feel. Because what matters is what the world thinks on the outside about me, right? Fuck that. Sorry. That shit gets me a little worked up sometimes. And I'm channeling too, so I don't even know what half the stuff is right now that I've said, so I am going to rewatch this video. But I was pressed and I was pushed to get this out, and I hope I've done justice, and I hope I've helped someone out there make a choice that helps them choose themselves and free themselves on some level, and say fuck you to someone who out there is oppressing and is comfortable doing so. Anyway, family, let me pull a card out of the deck, okay, and see what comes out for us to support the conversation, or whoever's watching this that might need some sort of nudge in a direction or motivation, okay? Look, let's try again. Flow of prosperity. Okay, this speaks to that. Let me tell you why. Because when you start choosing yourself, you literally start creating space in your life for the things that you do want, and getting rid of the stuff that doesn't serve you, stuff that oppresses you, stuff that tells the universe, I'm not ready for my prosperity that makes me happy to flow into my life. I'm happy giving all that energy, all the resources, and everything else that the oppressor on the outside of me expects out of me, so I'm okay, being in a position where I don't get to enjoy the flow of prosperity that is my birthright for my own life. Let's see what the book has to say regarding the card. Ascendant Master is Lakshmi, okay? This card indicates that your prayers about finances have been heard and answered. Remember, finances are not just something that is monetary. Finances are energy as well. Finances are your ability to receive love, your ability to, have peace. All of that is finances in life. If you can have an abundance in those things, it'll also reflect on the physical side of your monetary finances. But if you feel like you're lacking in all those things in your life, it's not going to reflect on the monetary side, or at least be, stable and consistent. Tap into your manifestation power by focusing on abundance instead of worrying about money. You have nothing to fear. A new flow of prosperity is supporting you and your loved ones. Additional meanings of this card: stop worrying about money. Worries only attract money problems. Everything's going to be okay, especially with respect to finances. You have the support to make a desired life change right now. Visualize and affirm prosperity. Affirmation can be, I visualize and I affirm prosperity. So I hope this resonated with you, and if it did, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this if you need to, or if you can, or if someone else could benefit from this video. And yeah, if you haven't done it on your way in, please do it on your way out, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.